joining my live stream today. Today, I'm going to talk about the power of leverage. Okay. In addition of that, I'm going to talk about uh, uh, how to win an iPad in our company. Okay. It's actually 2022, but sorry for the typo here. Joining my live stream today. Today, I'm going to talk about the
Give me
power
one
of leverage.
second, guys.
Okay. In
There are
addition
some
of that, I'm going to talk
technical
about
difficulties.
okay.
So,
How to win an iPad in our
so
company. Okay?
at the
It's
end of the
actually
day,
2022.
what you guys have to
sorry for
do
the
in order
typo
to
here.
win
Win an iPad is that all you need to do is to listen carefully and answer the form at the end of the joining. Okay, so I will provide the form in the comment section. Okay, and then ultimately, what you have to do is to register your name on the live on the form, and then try to accommodate them. Okay, so when it comes to power of leverage, the first thing that keep in mind is that uh, um, what is an effective method to beat inflation? Okay, and also the second question will be for every percent increase in house prices, what will the return be? And then the third one will be how can you use others people money to achieve home equity? Okay, so this is a very good question because I have one of my client who tell me like, oh, since the carrying cost of renting a condo is so low right now, so would it be better if I put the money in the mutual fund? Okay, so this is how I answer to her. Okay, so she's assuming that if the interest rate going up to 4%, we are going to encounter a negative cost. Okay, so which means we will encounter negative yield. Okay, so why don't we do the math here? Okay, before we would jump into the math, we have to know about what is leverage. Okay, basically, leverage is using your own financial strength to borrowing capital. Okay, second, they are using the fixed cost sources of finance and that. Okay, so depends, right? Some people can get a loan for like less than 1%. Some people can get a loan for like 3-4%. And I know that there are a lot of people trying to get a loan for like 15 to 20%, depend on how are you looking at it. Okay. I myself is a little bit conservative when it comes to borrowing. I tend to go into the conventional mortgage only. Okay. I think that have to do with the fact that I don't really have to go into the private lender that is offering like 10-15% all the time. Okay, unless I'm buying land, that is a totally different story. Okay, the good thing about buying property is that you don't have to go to private lender. Okay, basically, if your income qualify, the bank will borrow you 5 times of what you should borrow. Okay, of your annual income. Let's say if you have an annual income of like $100,000, you will potentially going to have a mortgage at around like 500 to 600,000. So that it will qualify you at 20%. That will qualify you at least $700,000. So how leverage work on paper? Okay, so basically leverage is we are going to use this case scenario to let you guys know how it works. Okay, so we have a property. They are valued at $550,000. Okay, let's assume that person will be qualified for the mortgage amount, which is 440,000. In order to qualify for a 440,000 mortgage, given that if that person don't have any debt at all, they will if they have a 75 to 80,000 annual income, or it can be family income, they will be able to qualify. Okay, so this is assume that interest rate go all the way to 4%. Okay, and again, the amortization period is always going to be 30 years. Okay, the total mortgage amount in this case is going to be 2,100. Okay, so keep in mind that what is the monthly payment is made up of. Okay, so the monthly payment is made up of principal payment and also the interest payment. In this case, the monthly principal payment is going to be equivalent to $634. Okay, and then the interest payment is $1,466. So altogether, you have to pay a monthly payment of $2,100. So the carrying cost. Okay, so what is the carrying cost? Okay, so first of all, we have to know what is unrecoverable cost and what is recoverable cost. Okay, unrecoverable cost is the money spent that never to be seen again. Okay, in exchange for having a place to live or running a place. Okay, so for example, property tax is not is an unrecoverable cost. Maintenance fee is an unrecoverable cost. The interest that the amount of interest that you pay is an unrecoverable cost. Okay, so what will be the carrying cost in this case? Okay, assuming that their monthly expense is going to be $700. Okay, and then with a condo fee, property tax, property insurance, rental management, altogether, if you add in, it's approximately $700. Okay, your mortgage monthly payment is going to be $2,100. Okay, so if you calculate it, it's going to be $2,100 minus your $634, because $634 is your principal payment, and that is if they don't have any. That is if the interest rate is going all the way up to 4%. Okay, and that is something that is recoverable, because at the end of the day, you will lower your mortgage amount by $634. Okay, plus another $700 monthly expense, that will eventually get you the carrying cost of $2,166. Okay, so in other words, a carrying cost is the monthly interest payment, which is $1,460. Okay, plus a monthly expense of $700, and then the carrying cost is going to be $2,166. Okay, so this will be your carrying cost. Okay, and we are assuming the interest rate is 4%. Okay, at this one. So what would be the net yield? Okay, so the net yield is going to be 1,700 times 12. Okay, that will be equivalent to $20,400. Then minus the yearly carrying cost. Okay, which is equivalent to $25,992. Okay, let's say 26,000 for now. Okay, so in a way, if the interest rate go all the way up to 4%, okay, for the mortgage rate, you are barely having like a loss here. Okay, because of like $5,592. So how come people keep buying condo, and how come people keep buying property? How come our property price skyrocket, okay, from time to time? Why is it the case? Well, here's the thing. Okay, so if you calculate it, okay, the net rental yield, okay, if we are assuming that the interest rate is 4%, the net rental yield is going to be minus 5.08%. Okay, remember what I said at the beginning. For every 1% increase in the purchase price, you will get to enjoy 5% increase in the yield, because you are using leverage, right? So normally if you put the 20% down, you're having something that is 5 times of what you put as an asset. So that comes to power of leverage. Okay, again, for every 1% increase in house price, you will get 4 to 5% gain because of leveraging. So 1% of 550,000. Okay, 5,500 in profit. So what is the yearly profit / loss? Okay, so the yearly loss is going to be negative $5,592. Okay, if we're talking about going back, if the interest rate is 4%, then the yearly loss is going to be at $5,592. However, if their housing price increased by only 1%, it already cover up all the loss. Okay, so that is assuming that if the interest rate increase, okay, to 4%, and the housing price increase by 2 or 3%, okay, you are still making a very lucrative profit, because for every 1% increase, you get 4 to 5% gain because of leveraging. So here comes, I want to answer some Q&A session, okay? So let me bring my iPad on for 1 second. Oops, let me stop for now. So what are the questions? Ben, can you type me up the questions? Hello? Yep, so what will be the questions? Let me share my screen for now. Okay, so what are the questions? So are we clear on so I think we should be clear on the leveraging side. And so what are the questions? Can you guys see my whole screen? Okay, let me see. What's up? Okay. On the phone. Is it always 5%, and how does this 5% get figured out and come into place? I don't get your questions. Can you elaborate a little bit more? I think it's from Sick Mama, right? Okay, so from Yvonne, can I provide an example where this leverage 3 work? Okay, okay, so this leverage 3 is totally work. Okay, so let me tell you a story that my client encountered. So back in 2015, okay, he literally spent around $60,000 as a deposit to purchase 310K condo. Okay. Well, it was a pre-construction, so I didn't. So they don't have any rental yield in return. Okay. So by the time that it closed, the house is already worth 600,000. 600,000 in year 2022. Okay. So at the end of the day, that person is using 600K this house to refinance it. Okay. Okay, so that he get to have another 200 because their value increase, right? So 1 second. Because the value increase, right? So to refinance it so that he has another 200K cash. Okay. So what he did is that he used that 200K cash to purchase another townhouse. Okay. So in the year 2022, okay, obviously this guy have a very good annual income. His annual income is approximately 150K. Okay. So for in year 2022, he is using only 60K cash to have 1 townhouses that worth 1.2 million, okay, and a 1 condo that worth 600K, okay. So that's the power of leverage, because from time to time, if you are correct, you can just do refinance it, okay, and then get the amount of cash and then just buy another pre-con if your financial strength allow you to. And this is how you get your investment. And that's a lot of a company or publicly listed company doing the same thing over and over again. So this is how it works. Okay, so going back to the second questions. Okay, I'll just reply to Sick Mama. Okay, the profits proposed to gain in the future. The history told you that the real estate is not always gain. Well, I think I agree with the fact that well, I agree with you. In reality, real estate is not always gain, but then if we hold it in the long terms, we will tend to see that for every 10 years, we will see there will be a gain. Okay. Yep. 1 second. I'll just have to configure my iPad again. Oh, hold on. Where's my mouse? Yep. Whoops, I cannot see my mouse. Yep. Okay, so going back to Terrence, in terms of condo versus house, if we have the ability to invest 1.4 million, would you recommend buying 700K one-bedroom condo, or one-bedroom pre-built downtown condo units, or one detached house up north? I myself is not a very good advocate on building a detached house. Okay, let me tell you the reason why. Because for detached house, if you try to rent it out, it will be oh man, something going on. Yeah, because for detached house, if you try to be for detached house, if you try to rent it out, it would be a huge hustle. Because the reason being is that for detached house, it requires a lot of renovation when you get your money back, when you get your units back. And second is that people can grow weed inside, and then if the bank find out that people grow weed inside, it may possibly going to be the bank will not lend you any money in the future. Will not lend you any of the money in the future. So I have to be very careful on that. Okay. So for is my screen being shared? Why didn't you tell me earlier? Oh, I thought it's being shared. Is this one being shared? Yeah. Second. Oh no. Sorry about that. Some technical issue going on. Is my screen being shared? Can you guys see my screen now? Still loading. Well, I have a lot of questions today. I need to use pen and paper in order to get it ready. Bear with me for a second. Sorry for the delay. Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah. So can you guys see it? Can you guys see my screen? Sorry, because I have. Oh, I think there got to be a little bit of delay, so that's why. Okay. Okay, so I am going to answer the next question. It's from Felicia Chow. Okay, does that mean that all you need to do? Does that mean all you need to have is 1% increase in market price to cover your 45% interest? Wait, okay, I don't think I explained it very clearly here. Maybe it's a little bit complicated. So what I'm trying to say is that for every 1% increase in market price, it will cover up your carrying costs. Okay, so because using using this using this scenario, okay, so we have 110K, you put 110K, okay, and then let's just assume that you are having like 500 and $5,500 will be your carrying cost. Okay, so what you have to do here is that you just have to increase by 1%. Okay, in order for it to cover up your carrying costs. Okay, so for 550K condo, okay, if you increase by 1%, which is equivalent to 5,500, is more than enough for the carrying cost. But we're talking about when the interest rate is going up to 4 to 5% though. Okay. But when the interest rate is going back to, like, for example, if the interest rate is going back to like maybe possibly 1%, okay, what are the carrying costs? Okay, so that is the interest rate. Okay, so their interest rate at 1%, you basically have 700 as your monthly expense for and this is fixed. Okay, and then we have one second. And then we have if it's going to be 1%, 1.1%. Okay, let's be realistic. 1.1%, which is the current interest rate right now. Okay, so your principal payment is going to be at $1,033, and your interest rate is going to be at $402. Okay, that is your interest rate. Okay, so let's just assume that you have, this is your overall expense. Okay, 1102, and if you can rent it out for 1,700 minus this 1,700, so you get $600 per month. Okay, so in reality, if you times 12, you get $7,200 per month times 12 divided by your investment, the amount of investment that you put down, it will be 7,200 divided by so 7,200 divided by it will be 6.5%, right? So basically, it will give you like a little bit of an idea that based on the current interest rate is really giving you 6.5% as your total investment for now. So what are the other questions? Okay, I'm sorry if I cannot go all the way up, but okay, so it's from Yvonne again. If the market interest rate stayed the same at 1.1%, what happened to the, I just saw it to you. So how can you predict their, okay, and then for another guy, I just saw it to you, Yvonne. So if the interest rate is going to be by 1.1%, okay, then the profit will be around $7,200 per year, and ultimately you will get a annual yield of 6.5%. Okay, it's as simple as that. How can you predict the price will go higher to make the 1%? What if it goes down? You will be down on the principal as well as owning the money ball. Yeah, you're right. So the problem with power of leverage is that for every 1% increase, okay. So for every 1% increase in value, okay, you get 5% in your yield, net yield. Okay. However, vice versa, for every 1% decrease in value, you will get 5% decrease in your net yield. But we're talking about real estate market right now. Okay, we're talking about a Toronto real estate market. Okay, we're talking about a real estate market that have 200,000 people coming in every single year. Okay, not to mention our building capacity is at the record low. Okay, and if you take a look at the inflation rate right now, okay, from the last quarter, I believe is approximately at 5%. And you mentioned to me that you're thinking that the interest, the real estate market is going to go down. Come on, let's just be realistic here. Okay, so from BOT, where else should investor look to invest if they are priced out from properties in GTA? I don't know. Can you tell me? I don't know this question. Maybe Calgary. then from Jimmy T. Okay, using your same leverage ratio, if interest goes up, but there is market correction instead of growth, do you see many people being unable to afford their mortgage? We recalculate it. Okay, so if the interest rate really goes up to 4%, let's just assume. Okay, that is per 100,000. Okay, let me correct it for now. So if the interest rate really go up by okay, so if the interest rate really go up to 4%, up to 4% interest rate, okay. So right now at 1.1% interest rate, okay, your mortgage payment is going to be at around 1 second. 1% interest rate is your mortgage payment is going to be around. Your mortgage payment is going to be. Yeah, so at 1.1% interest rate, your mortgage payment per $1,000 per $100,000 is going to be at $326.14. Okay, so if we go all the way up to 4%, okay, 4%, okay, it will go to $475.52. So if we go up to 4% for every $100,000 that you're borrowing, okay, you're borrowing, you will have extra $150 pay. So let's just assume that you borrow $1 million from the bank, you have to pay another $1,500. Okay. Yep, I think that's it for the questions. I think it's time for me to move on. Okay, to look at the site that we are going to look at today. Okay, give me 1 second. Ben, is it going? Ben, are you ready? Ouch.
Summer is for falling.
For Kingdom Development to have this presentation center for us to do live and to let our people to know more about the project. Can you tell us a little bit more about like what's so special about this project, like compared to like the other townhouses or condominium project across Toronto?
Absolutely. So there is a couple of things that makes this project really special and very unique.
Yep.
First thing is the fact that unlike other stacked townhouse developments, this development is not submerged underground. The lower level of these units are all built above grade. They are at grade level. So for the lower units, you can walk straight into your unit. The days of having to go underneath and walk down into your unit and kind of having that basement feeling are no longer within this development. Second thing that is very unique and special in this development is the construction material that are being used. Traditional low-rise developments, whether it's a townhouse, a stacked townhouse, semi, a detached unit, they have the traditional wood frame structure, which is not what we're using here. We are actually using solid reinforced concrete throughout the entire development. There are many benefits to having a solid reinforced concrete structure. The first thing is soundproofing. Not only are you going to be soundproofed within the between the walls of your neighbors, but also within your own unit, because not only are the walls that are next on the sides solid reinforced concrete, but within the units, the floor slabs are also solid reinforced concrete. So for those of us that are working from home, or just have kids that are playing or running around upstairs, you're not going to hear that. Another really great benefit is the creaking. Naturally, in a wood frame structure, you're going to have lots of creaking, there's going to be lots of sounds and moving. That is going to be eliminated within a concrete structure. Now, another thing, in addition to privacy, is the vibrational noises that you're going to receive from outside traffic. This is going to eliminate the vibration that you feel from everyday outside traffic. So solid reinforced concrete is also great for that. Another thing is improved air quality. Okay, so because of the insulation, you have much better air quality, and that is actually going to save on your energy costs as well, because you're using a lot less energy to heat the area because of that insulation. Fire safety is another one. Now, when it comes to any stacked town or even a regular townhouse development, usually they call those, there's a saying that goes, it's kind of like a box of matches. So if, God forbid, one of those units catches on fire, the rest of them are going to catch on fire very quickly. In a solid reinforced concrete structure, that is not going to happen. The chances of that happening are significantly reduced.
So you mentioned to me that the concrete structure and how is it important.
Yes.
But do you mind tell us a little bit more on like how the model suite look like and what is included in the upgrade? Because I think a lot of people who fly in will be end user.
Of course. And what's really important here is that when it comes to, especially low-rise developments, when it comes to upgrading the finishes, it can become very costly. It can be very frustrating to make these choices. So what Kingdom has done, they actually are fully upgrading all of the units as a standard for you guys, which is going to save you upwards of $30,000 to $40,000 that they are including in as an incentive. And also what they are doing is they are adding three packages, three pre-selected packages by our interior designers to make the entire process very easy for you guys. Now I want to show you what's included in these designer packages. First and foremost, you're going to be receiving the stone countertops. Not only do you have the beautiful stone countertop, but you also have the extra depth edging here, okay? And it's polished. It's a polished extra depth edging. You're going to have your undermount sink. This is in a larger sink than a standard, okay? It's undermount, it's full depth, and you're going to be getting the pull-out sprayer with this. Backsplashes are also included. You have designer cabinetry, which are all soft closing. All of the drawers and cabinets throughout the entire unit are soft closing for that extra convenience. You're going to have integrated dishwasher. Okay. You will also have the integrated fridge. You're going to have the bottom freezer. Show us like this one. Now, you're also going to have all of these designer, all of the appliances will be included. These are imported. They're Fulgar Milano is the brand for your cooktop, your oven, and your fridge. This is going to be imported from Italy. These are high-end designer appliances, all included for within the purchase price. You're also going to have your hood range, which is vented to the exterior. It's very important. We have the custom insert for the microwave, which is also included. You have extra storage opportunities up here. You also have these drawers. Again, the drawers are very long and spacious, and they're soft closing. We've also included some full depth drawers just for that extra storage opportunity, as well as some extra storage up here. Lots of storage opportunities. Now, another great thing is that all of the units on every floor will have 9-foot ceilings with smooth finishes throughout. Another great feature is our floor-to-ceiling windows throughout. All of the floors, whether it's your lower or upper floor, are all going to have the floor-to-ceiling windows. We also will have this durable wide plank laminate flooring.
Yep.
But I want to take you guys out onto our rooftop terrace. This area is gorgeous, and we have tried to build it to scale as best as possible. All of the rooftop terraces are going to be over 300 square feet. That is phenomenal. It's massive. Not only are you going to be able to enjoy an outdoor space, but all of the rooftop terraces are actually equipped with 3 things. A gas line, so you can have a barbecue out here. You will have a water hose bit, so if you wanted to have a garden or plants, you can do that. And you will also have GFCI outlets, so you're going to have access to electricity out here as well. Phenomenal.
Okay, so Anna,
Yes.
before we go into the model suite, can you let my audience know what do they get if they buy it off from me? What incentive do they get?
Okay, so a special incentive that Rainbow is eligible for right now for all of his clients are a $20,000 upgrade incentive.
Okay.
So this is going to cover things like if you wanted to do additional upgrades to the unit, or if you wanted to put that towards EV parking, you can decide what you want to do with that $20,000 incentive. And that is exclusive for.
So we can move on to the model suite, bedroom, in the bedroom.
Absolutely.
And
So
can you tell us which one will be the is an upgrade, or and which one is mandatory?
absolutely. So you're gonna have smooth ceilings. That is going to be standard.
Okay.
This optional upgrade for the kitchen, for the closet organization. This
Yeah.
is an optional upgrade.
Okay, so you
And
can
it's
use
quite
that
beautiful.
on that
You can
$20,000.
use that on that, exactly.
Okay.
You can upgrade your backsplash in the kitchen if you wanted to match the countertops.
Yep.
Just to elevate the look and feel of your unit. Definitely, 20,000 will go a long way.
Okay.
Now, I want to bring you into the bathroom, where again, you're gonna have your stone countertops. Again, you're gonna have the full, the depth of the edging. You have the drawers, which I think drawers are great in a bathroom because you don't have to kneel down, go into the, reach back into
So
the cabinets.
is that an upgrade or mandatory?
This is standard.
Oh, okay, wow.
This is standard. So
Standard?
the bathrooms are, as you see, they are upgraded completely as a standard for you guys. So you
Okay.
can now save that 20,000 to use on other things.
For example, I can use it for EV parking.
Yeah.
I can use it for cabinet like this.
Yeah,
Or I can use it for whole pot light.
the list goes on. You can use it for so many different things.
Yes.
It'll go a long way. We have the frameless glass enclosure. We're going to have 2 pot lights as a standard, a wet and a dry pot light in here, your rain shower head. So it is just beautiful what we've done. You also have the 12 by 24 extended tiling throughout on the ground and on your shower wall. So
And all of the stuff that you set in the washer is not upgrade.
no,
I'm surprised on that because
they're all standard.
from my understanding is that to have frameless glasses, I was trying to have it into my new house, and it cost me a
Couple-
5-6K easy,
Yeah.
easy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It does. It's a minimum of 2 to 3 grand for sure,
Yes.
depending on the size. So if it's bigger, it's much more. So little things that you don't think would actually cost a lot of money, they end up costing a lot.
Wow.
So this is a really big saving for you guys.
I see. So how, what do you recommend to spend on, like the decor?
Yeah, I would upgrade the backsplash. I would get more lighting throughout. I would definitely get this designer closet organizer. EV parking is a big one. You know, EV cars are becoming very popular, and definitely to have your own charging station would be great.
Yep.
And yeah, the list goes on. I mean, we could provide a list of upgrades for you guys to have a look at.
Yep. Okay, Dory, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. My pleasure.
That's it for today.
Hey.
Okay, so we'll go back and talk about who's going to get the iPad. Okay, so give us 1 second for now. Oh. I'm back. Then am I going to announce who is getting the iPad? Okay. Okay. Right. Yep. So we are going to use the random name picker. Okay. Well, I'm surprised that only like seven people entered to the draw. Wow. Okay. So who is going to be the lucky winner? Okay, so it's going to be Sigmama. So if you can message me through WhatsApp, okay, I will have the iPad ready for you in my office. You can come to my office at any time. And thank you so much for attending to our live stream seminar. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, and I'm more than happy to answer you. I'm looking forward for our next live stream, and hopefully we can come up with another interesting topic, just like what we did today. Thank you.